You and I, gonna wrap our love in arms all around our coins. Gonna capture all the gains in the universe. Gonna become rich and wrap our arms around our coins. Welcome everybody to another episode, a live episode once again of Savage Cash 2.0. Here with me, ye old Superman. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at quite possibly the juiciest topic right now, which is what are the top 5 staking coins that will allow you to fund your retirement. Now, I have, like many people, been watching the cryptocurrency market recently. There has been the beginnings of an expansive altcoin season, one which could see the return of cryptocurrencies to their former glory, Bitcoin to its former glory, and yet we have got Bitcoin's price action literally on the floor. It is trying to bounce off this support level and it seems to be breaking down. So what I've come to realize in cryptocurrency is that to make an omelette, you've got to break a lot of eggs. And what we have seen in the rise of Bitcoin is we have seen it fail a few times. So I see this as just natural turbulence. What I've also seen is looking at the market in its state today is that the market cap actually appears to be being held quite strong. It's at $266 billion, and the Bitcoin dominance has gone down. So whilst the price has gone down of Bitcoin, the altcoins are actually holding the overall market cap up, which is a very, very good sign. Now, something that has really got my attention is this new cryptocurrency right here called Compound. Now, Compound is one of the first, I'm sure, of many DeFi cryptocurrencies that are going to kind of take the coin market cap and the crypto world by storm. This has had an incredible rise, getting to number 26 already. It's only been out literally a couple of days, and it has a lot of hype around it. I would be careful getting in whilst there is so much hype around it, because it's just on the rise. Now, if you're wondering what it is, it's essentially a way of being able to get paid interest on a number of cryptocurrencies. I haven't personally looked at it properly, but it certainly opens up this demand for coins that pay out. Because when you look at the price action of Bitcoin, if you are just invested in a cryptocurrency, then you are relying on that cryptocurrency going up, the trajectory of it going up in order for you to make any money. However, in cryptocurrency, there is another way of making money, which is staking. Now, if you don't know what staking is, well, I'm here to teach you. Proof of stake is a way of maintaining a cryptocurrency's network. There's proof of work, proof of stake. Those are probably the two most popular ones. Bitcoin is proof of work, which is proved by miners working, solving computer algorithms in order to maintain the network, in order to maintain the network security, validate blocks, create new blocks. For what Ethereum's going to be, and what a lot of staking coins are, is their proof of stake. So basically, a load of people stake their coins in a special wallet, and they are keeping the network running. They are validating the network, and in order to give a reward to those people, just like miners get a reward, is to give them a stake of coins. So new coins are generated and they are given out to the stakers. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing you what are the top 5 coins that will fund your retirement. Because why not try and make extra money while the prices are going up and down, up and down? Why not make some extra money generating new coins in your portfolio? Now, it does seem to be an obvious requirement for this because of the amount of people that have been so interested in Hex. Like I have been, I've been hexed to death ever since I brought out that video. Let me just make sure I'm live. I am live. Good. I've been hexed to death since that video. Everybody has been saying, look at Hex 2X or whatever, and look at this, look at this, look at that, look at that. Interview Richard Hutt. I'm not interested. I did my review of Hex, which I'm glad I've done. And looking at it, staking Hex, like in 4 days, I have made 35.5 Hex staking Hex. Now that is like, what, 10 cents? It's pathetic. Like, okay, maybe I've gotten into it relatively late, but even still, when you're staking a cryptocurrency, 10 cents when I have staked about $110 is pathetic after 5 days. That's basically, 2 cents a day? 2.5 cents a day? Pathetic. So, what are decent staking coins? What are staking coins with Ethereum 2 coming up soon? And that's going to allow you to stake on the Ethereum network, stake these ETH2 coins. What are the current ones that will allow you to make decent money. Now, if you want to be able to do this yourself, then what you do is you go to this website called stakingrewards.com. Now, this allows you to calculate if you put in a certain amount of dollars in cryptocurrency, how much will it generate in interest for you? What percentage? Okay, so let's just give an example. This one is quite a ridiculous example. So Coty, right? Coty apparently gives you 64% reward rate. So let's say, for instance, we had 500,000 Coty, which we delegated. Basically, you delegate it to somebody who validates the network, and you get rewards as a result, right? So what happens is if you were to delegate 500,000 Coty, that is the equivalent of nearly $12,000. Apparently, you would make $7,000 in rewards. Okay, so you would be making $7,000 no matter what the coin does itself. You will be making 64% of the money that's invested in delegating that Coty, which I just think is ridiculous. But Coty is not one of those cryptocurrencies that I think will necessarily stand the test of time. There are other cryptocurrencies which will allow you to, hence why the top 5 staking coins and the return on investment, and this is based on a 10k initial investment. Why 10k? Because there's a lot of you that out there probably won't spend more than like $100 or at most $1,000 on cryptocurrency. Well, because let's say you want to retire, right? Let's say you wanted to put $10,000 into a business that would generate you money. That's the same as this. Or 10k into an investment, a banking investment, which will give you dividends, decent dividends. You have to put in more to acquire more. And this is all relevant. You can divide this by... So what I'm going to show you, the results I'm going to show you, can divide by 10, you can divide by 100 based on 100 stake, or $1,000 stake, or even if you wanted to make $100,000 stake. You can use this as a benchmark and just essentially divide the numbers, okay? But this is on the assumption you put 10k, buy 10k worth of cryptocurrency and then stake that 10k. So, first things first, Icon. Now, Icon, if you were to put 10k into Icon, this would get you 30,000 coins. So T means tokens. This is how much 10k would get you in tokens. YR means yearly reward. How many tokens will you get as a yearly reward for staking this many tokens? What is the value of that yearly reward in dollars? And what is the return on investment? Now, Icon is all the way down to number 5. Now, Icon's a relatively strong cryptocurrency. It's got strong fundamentals. This one, is a relatively safe bet. In order to make more Icon, instead of buying more Icon, you can just stake it. So if you were to buy $10,000 worth of Icon, that would be 30,000 tokens. That would make you get a yearly reward of 4,000 tokens. You would be generating 4,000 tokens by staking 30,000. The value would be $1,300, and this is a 13% return on investment, which is arguably in the kind of top 1% of staking coins. Anything above kind of 13% is good. A lot of cryptocurrencies that allow you to do staking gives you stuff like 2%, 3%, 5% at most. This is the high quality ones. But getting above 10% is you don't see it often. So although you put 10,000 in, you get 1.3k based on its current value. Now, if Icon was to go up 10x, then you would be making 13k worth of cryptocurrency staking rewards. It's amazing. 13k. And the reason why it's good to talk about this today is because prices are still low of cryptocurrencies. A lot haven't massively spiked. We're going to be seeing a bull run over the next 18 months and seeing prices astronomically going up. This could be a really good time to get it. Number 4 is Fusion. Now, Fusion, once upon a time, I covered as a number 1 coin. They have since had some problems as an infrastructure. Now, with 10k, you could buy 18,000 tokens. With 10k, 18,000 tokens. By staking it, you would be getting 3,000 tokens for free for staking it every day. You have to keep these computers running or be able to run them remotely. You need to be keeping them going so that the rewards are given to you when blocks are produced. Now, the value of that yearly reward is 1.7k. So remember, this is from a 10k investment. You're making $1,700 a year. Not brilliant, but then again, it's better than zero. Am I right? And Fusion's not a bad coin, so that's 17% return on investment. And number 3, we have got Elrond. Elrond's like a new entry into the Superman's lists. Okay, now I've been looking into Elrond. I'm going to be doing a proper review on Elrond, but it seems to be spiking up the rankings. It appears to be getting ever closer to the top 100. Now, at the moment, $10,000 will buy you 2.49 million tokens. Now, if you stake these, now you essentially, I believe you delegate these. I've been on the website. The staking is not open right now. If you want to do it right now, you can't. Apparently, there's a lot of demand for this. It's 100% full, the staking pool. So you would have to say to them how much you want to stake. They will decide if that's relevant and if they can take you on. You would go on a waiting list, essentially. This is really in demand. It's quite interesting. So anyway, 2.49 million tokens is what you can buy with 10k. And that would, and if you staked it, it would generate 681,000 tokens. Now again, if this is on the rise, if this cryptocurrency can do a 10x, because it's still relatively early, still relatively under the radar, it's going to be 28k. Not 2.8k, but 28k. Now you may think, yeah, right, Superman, what are the chances of it ever generating 28k? Well, let me give you a really good example. Dash Masternode, right? I still want one. Now, my friend Jerry Banfield, we're still talking. Now, Jerry Banfield bought a Dash Masternode for $10,000, right? Now, he didn't know at the time that was an amazing investment. 1,000 Dash coins at $10 worth, $10,000 he invested in a Dash Masternode. Now, he then sold it inexplicably at like $77, right? And so he didn't really get any rewards, even though he showed you how to like set up a Dash Masternode remotely, etc. He never really got any benefit out of it because he sold it way too soon. And then Dash eventually went up to like $1,680, which meant a Dash Masternode went from being worth $10,000 to 1.6 million. So that just shows you what can happen in cryptocurrency. And it just shows you that if in a bull market you get in early enough, you can make incredible gains, a ceiling you don't even know where it blooming stops, because it just keeps going up if it has value and if the team delivers value. And anyway, right, at first when he got that Dash Masternode for $10,000, at first, you know, he would be making like, he'd be making I don't know exactly how many Dash you'd be making, but he would probably be making around about $700 a year, because it pays 7%. So about $700 a year he would be making in rewards. At that time, probably he was thinking, that's pretty rubbish. At its height, you could have made $95,000 a year. So $700 to $95,000 a year. Imagine getting $95,000 a year to doing diddly squat, running a Masternode on a remote server that you don't even have to keep on, right? And $95,000 a year. You could just sit back and be making huge bank, right? And that just gives you an indication of what you can make in the future if you get in early and you start staking early. What are the potential rewards? So this is so Elrond's a 27% return on investment, which is very high. This is definitely in the top 0.1%. Then at number 2, we have got my personal favorite. This is one I personally use and can testify to and is 100% accurate, BitMax. So 10k today would get you 273,000 BitMax tokens. That's amazing. That's amazing. This used to be 34 cents a coin, this cryptocurrency. Now it's 3.5 cents. So you get 273,000 coins for your 10k. This will produce 3.1k tether, right? So you don't get BitMax tokens generated. You do get a bit of Bitcoin, a bit of Ethereum, a bit of Circle and other stable coins, but really you get funded in tether. Now I know this, I get about $8.5 a day staking BitMax, and I think I've got about $8,000 currently staking on BitMax. So I make $8 a day. That's amazing. Like $8.50 a day. So over the course of a year, by literally not doing anything at its current standing, you would be making $3,000 $3,100 off this 10k investment. $3,000 extra. Okay, now over the course of a year, that's not great. If you spent 100k, then this would be $30,000. So probably be a little bit more worth it. It puts it right up in dash Masternode kind of territory. At the moment, a dash Masternode is about $71,000, right? And it will generate for you probably around about $4,000 a year. Now, if you spend $70,000, you want to be getting more than $4,000 a year. So if you were generating, if you put 77k, then you would be making roughly about $25,000 with Bitmax. So Bitmax is excellent. ROI is 33%. It used to be higher. When Bitmax does better as an exchange, the ROI is better. So that's something to think about. But currently at the moment, it's about 33%, having done my own personal calculations. Now, I bought a Bitcoin with the amount of Bitmax, with the amount of Tether I've been generating over the course of a year. I bought a whole Bitcoin literally a month ago. A free Bitcoin. A free Bitcoin. So it just goes to show what you can do with Bitmax investment. And then at number one, we have got Phantom. Phantom has got an exceptional return on investment. It may be a rank 300 coin, but it's still absolutely exceptional. So at the moment, you could get 1.54 million tokens with 10k invested. That generates 632,000 Phantom tokens, which can then be sold. This is what miners do. When miners make their reward, when they get their mining rewards for mining Bitcoin, they then sell it to pay their electric. So this amount of tokens that are generated can then be sold. It could also be compounded. A bit like the cryptocurrency I was just talking about. It could be compounded. So you can add the 632,000 onto the 1.4 million, thus generating 2.2 million, and therefore making probably roughly $5,000 a year. That's insane. Free money. $5,000. If somebody was to offer you $4,000 right now, would you just take it? Well, that's what they're doing. Right? This is just showing you really what happens. Now, admittedly, there is a little bit of technical aspect to staking coins. Some are easy, some are not so easy. But a lot of the technology now, like if you tried to stake, years ago, it was much harder. Now it's much easier. There's services that allow you to stake coins. There are market makers that allow you to stake coins. You literally just have to delegate the coins to them, and they will generate the rewards for you. So there are easy ways of doing it, some not so easy ways. What I can tell you with Bitmax is it's extremely easy. I've shown you in a tutorial. It's extremely easy. You just lock up the assets. As soon as they're generated, you lock them. As soon as you've got them in your account, you just lock up those Bitmax tokens. If you're not looking to sell them, lock them up. If you're looking to sell them, then you unlock them and they're available to you in 24 hours. So, what are you interested in as far as staking is concerned? Now, there are more to come. There's more to come. Ethereum 2.0 is going to be coming out. Probably in the next, probably the end of the year, maybe beginning of next year. I mean, they're saying July, but I doubt that's going to happen. Now, with Ethereum 2.0, the rewards are quite exceptional, actually. 15%. So if you were to put $10,000 into Ethereum, which is about 43 Ethereum, you would be generating $1,500 a year. That's 6 Ethereum. 6 Ethereum just given to you. Now, how much Ethereum have you generated in the last year? A lot. 1, 2, 6. Well, here we go. This is a way of doing it. When Ethereum 2.0 comes out, you will be able to stake it. Shelley is coming out at the end of this month, hopefully. I was watching Box Mining last night. I don't know if you've been watching Box Mining recently, but I think he's bringing out some solid content. And I don't think he was that optimistic about ADAs. They should have been on Shelley about 2018, but never mind. Right? So I've again run the calculator here. So $10,000 worth of ADA is about 124,000 tokens. Right? So what you'll be generating with Shelley, with staking ADA, is you would be generating around about 12,700 coins a year. So that's 10%. So that's about $1,000. That's about $1,025. Right? Now, if you've been holding your Cardano for a while, why not, delegate it so that you are able to make passive income. The passive income's there, people. The passive income is there. Now, the more you invest in it, the more passive income you make it. That's just the fact of life. There's another one, 0x. Now, when I go to the staking calculator on stakingrewards.com and I go to 0x, it tells me that the reward rate is 0.58, which is rubbish. So let's say, let's just change this to 30,000 0x. So if you put 10,000 in this, you get $58. That's pathetic, right? 0.58. But I have gone to 0x staking, and you can do it via a market maker. So if I was to, I literally just bought this, right? So if I was to stake this 100 ZRX on the website, on the 0x website, apparently I would get a share of 33% of the rewards, which is much better than 0.58. So anyway, so what do you guys think? Are you staking currently? I'd be interested to see what your view is on staking cryptocurrencies. Let's just have a check. Oh yeah, look, check me out with my drug dealer coat on. Right, let's have a look. Hex destroys every single one of these. Well, I don't see how when I'm making 2 cents a day. Is anybody delegating? Good question to ask, Christine. Good question. Tezos. Now, let's have a look at Tezos. Now, I wouldn't mind being updated on this, but Tezos is 5%. Okay, so again, let's do, what's this? 4,000. So if you had $10,000 worth of Tezos, that's $591, which, okay, it's not bad. I wouldn't, if you gave me $591, I don't mind, but it's not that great, is it? Somewhat for something that's, so hyped. Baking, I think, is another way of being able to generate rewards from Tezos. So let's have a look at this. 666, so only slightly more. Hosting cost is 0. Can't compound rewards. But, you can stake it all required 8,000 if you're baking. So you have to do 21,000. So if you're baking Tezos, then you have to essentially bake $21,000 worth. Sweet, been waiting for a Phantom update. Well, I mean, a lot of these cryptocurrencies are doing work in the background. Somebody just said Zilliqa. Now, was Zilliqa on here? I don't know if it was. No, Zilliqa isn't on here. Let's have a look and see, because I know that Qcoin, I think, has been offering staking for Zilliqa. So let's have a look. So it just wasn't on the main page, but apparently you can get some figures. 10% reward. Okay, so again, let's try and do $10,000 staked. So 500,000 Zilliqa would earn you 50,000 Zilliqa a year. 10%, that's good. I think that's actually really good. If that is what is the current calculated amount on Qcoin, they don't give much in the way of where you can do this. But that's 1,000. That is not far off Cardano, in all honesty. So being an infrastructure coin is pretty good. Phantom's also an infrastructure coin, DAG infrastructure. So infrastructures are not too bad, actually, because they are probably more likely to last than a DApp, for instance. Like, I hate to say it, but Hex. Let's see any other questions. Bro, can you check banned DeFi coin staking? What is the payout on staked coins you're staking? Well, like I said with BitMax, it's huge. Like, I was able to buy a Bitcoin with what I'd staked over the course of a year. I mean, where else do you get to do that? BitMax has had some really harsh volatility. It went from a $1 ICO to a $34 cryptocurrency, to a 34 cent cryptocurrency. So with 34x, it was doing incredibly well. Then the exchange boom slightly went down. You know, even Binance has gone down. Qcoin and Buybox and all that lot have gone down. So it's not just BitMEX. But the good thing about locking up your BitMEX is that you actually generate tether, which is insane. So yeah, I think that absolutely knocks the socks off like Hex or anything like that. I hope Phantom Delegation gets easier. I will look into that. VeChain, that's a good one. Now VeChain, I'm going to give you my own. I'm going to give you my own calculations here because I've got right on my mobile. I've got a VeChain Tor wallet. Now I don't know what you can see here, but I have essentially got 1 million tokens staked on VeChain. I've been doing this since September 2018, so that's about a year and 3 quarters. Now in that time, I have generated, what happens is you generate VeChain Tor. Okay, so let's just have a look at that. So VTOR. So I have generated 345,000 VeChain Tor tokens. Now, let's just do the maths on that. Okay, so 345,072 times $171. I mean, considering that a VeChain strength node, which is what I've got, is $8,500, right? $171 over a year and 3 quarters is pathetic. So I'm not massively keen on the VeChain staking. You know, they do as a project themselves. VeChain are excellent. I mean, they're just going from strength to strength essentially. VeChain are blasting it right now. Rank 29. Come on. Now, yeah, so like I said, they're blasting it right now, but their rewards are shocking. Hence why they don't appear on the list at all. But at least you have an understanding. It's the same with Ontology. Now, once upon a time, Ontology gave you really good rewards for staking it, essentially. Now it's, you know, the rewards are utterly shite. Let's just have a look at Ontology calculator. Now, I've got about $60,000 worth of Ontology. Now, right, so let's put 20,000 Ontology. Right, so on an assumption that you got $11,000 worth of Ontology, you would be making $429 a year. Now, that is way better than VeChain, but that's still minuscule. Look, 3.75 ROI. Because what you do is you generate ONG. You don't generate more Ontology. You generate ONG. And ONG is, like what? 1 cent or something? No, 13 cents. Now, this was once upon a time, I think it was $4 or, no. $2.56 this was once upon a time. So that wouldn't have been so bad. But ONG at the moment is like 13 cents. So it's quite disappointing. So I think that the you know, the top 5 list I've brought you, I think is probably amongst the best rewards you will see. Any other questions? Harry, is Harry here? Harry is here. Good to see you, Supo Kid, as he. Me and Harry actually were looking yesterday at we were looking at videos from the past, like Savage Surprise and all that. He's grown up so much since then, but it's a shame you haven't seen Harry in ages. He's you know, I don't know if you obviously watch me, or have been watching me over time, and you will know I've got a height complex, and my son is now my height, so, and he's 14, so that just goes to show you, doesn't it, that I am short. That's just life. Divi's crushing it. Now, I'm going to bring you another video on Masternodes. Masternodes is like, in my opinion, investing in a Masternode is like investing in a business. Okay, when you get a Masternode, it's like you're a silent partner. So, I have been talking with my sister recently. My sister's a dentist. She's looking to buy a dental practice. She was like saying, oh, you know, if you invest some of your money, then, you don't have to work, and the amount that the surgery will generate, you'll just get, right? That is like a good way to invest money, in my personal opinion. And I think that investing in masternodes is essentially the same. You're giving money to sit back and let them work for you. Now, on Masternodes Online, you will get a really good understanding of the percentage ROI you get. Dash is number one because it's the most expensive. However, it is the most popular. It is the most likely to outlast all of these. Dash will outlast all of these. Dash is way better than every single one of these. Hence why you take the hit on yearly income while the price is low. But I can imagine that when Dash, and I'm confident Dash will have its time again, it will be, I hope, at least $1,000 coin. At the spike of the bull run, and then probably stabilize. At the moment, it's stabilized about $77. I think it will eventually stabilize about $700. Give or take a couple of years. In which case, the yearly income now you would take a bit of a hit, but I think in the future you would be making around about $50,000 a year holding a Dash Masternode. So $77,000 to be able to make $50,000 a year, and then you can just host the Dash Masternode on something like All Nodes for very little money, for them to just keep your Dash Masternode running. You just send them the coins, and they will just do it all for you. But I don't even know if you send them the coins, but you certainly do something to show ownership of your Dash, and then set up the All Nodes wallet, and then you could be earning $50,000 a year just sitting back doing nothing. I mean, is that just the perfect scenario? I mean, something like this lockdown has shown me is that I am quite accustomed to doing nothing at the moment. Getting up late, doing what I want, right? And if that's how you want to live, then having $50,000 just coming into your bank account every year, doing essentially nothing nothing to help that, is a sweet deal. Anyway, so I am going to bring you a thing on Masternodes, but something that's been quite interesting recently is this Divi project. I don't have a lot of respect for it, only because I have respect for something that is likely to last. A little bit like energy last year. Everybody was hyping energy when it was $10, and now it's $2.23. Dash, I think, is a more dependable business model for you if you want to make passive income. But energy gives you 40%. Divi gives you ridiculous rewards. Let's have a look at Divi. Okay, so if we go to the calculator, I think Divi is on here. So let's have a quickie look. So there are different masternodes for Divi. So a silver one I think is more the affordable one, right? So $14,000 you get 30% return. I think that's pretty good. If Divi goes up in the future, because Divi is worth like $4, I think. No, 4 cents. Sorry, 4 cents, not $4. Maybe eventually. It's top 100 coin. Anyway, so if you want me to have a look into this more, I will. But you can make decent rewards with this if you've got a silver masternode. Copper, it's probably a little bit more affordable actually. 28%. Under 5,000 invested and get 1,400 back. It's pretty good. Platinum, I mean, that's insane. That's insane. $143,000 and you get $48,000 a year. But I just wouldn't go to sleep thinking I've got my money safe in the bank with this. I just wouldn't, because Divi is just not tried and tested. Look at this Diamond Masternode, 10 million Divi, 169. You get 3 million generated, $169,000 a year. That's insane. That's just utterly insane. So anyway, yeah. So the Divi project does look quite exciting, but I prefer going into what's it called? I prefer going into something that's tried and tested. Community's tried and tested. It's age tested. And that, I think, is where your money's safer. Cryptocurrency is all about risk. Okay, it's risk, and you risk your money higher with something that's not tried and tested. Simple as that. You know, even like looking at Compound, for instance. Compound today is at number 26. That could go. It's 2 days old. That could go eventually. That could just get wasted away and go in the top 300 somewhere. If something's age tested, it's more likely to do better. Just like the Slam Dunk coin, essentially. The Slam Dunk coin is tried and tested, and I believe is going to be surging very soon. But anyway, yes, so that's that on the Slam Dunk coin. You shell too much, Superman. Any other questions? I'm going to take a few more questions. Why not? CryptoCo recommends Divi Project. I saw that, actually. Funnily enough, the day after, it went down like 20%. Good info. Thank you, Super. No problem, Michael Shapley. Hashgraph. Can't stake Hashgraph. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Thank you, Chris Bell. Lisa Marie. M8 Pilot! DeFi coins are raging. Do a vid for us. Yes, definitely. That is going to be that's going to be a hot topic project. Now, DeFi is the new ERC20. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fake trend, but it does mean that, you know, it's probably not going to be as hot like in a couple of years' time. Okay? DeFi is like STO of last year. Everybody was like, STO is going to be great, STO is going to be great. No one gives a shit about STOs now. I mean, do you remember OWN? Let's have a look at OWN. This was so hyped. And that can't be it. Is that it? That can't be it. We own... No, it's this one. CHX. Sorry, yeah. 839! Like, hardly any volume. Like, everybody was like going on about how great this was last year. And, you know, it was 29 cents. And now look at it. It's died a death. So, you know, be careful. Some of these, DeFi is just going to be another one of those. It's like ICO of 2017-18. You know, just because it's DeFi doesn't mean it's going to move. And just because we've seen Compound doing incredibly well doesn't mean they're all going to move. But it's definitely going to be hot at the beginning. All right, so there's definite gains and relevance gains to be made there. Wrap our arms around our coins now. Any other questions? It's 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. God, I'm on late. Yeah, Willie says, listen to crypto YouTubers, but do not base findings on what they say. Always research yourself. I mean, that, I hope, is just a matter of course. You know, I think that's just... I think that's what anybody with half a brain should do anyway. Never just, oh, Superman says Phantom's going to give me thousands of pounds for free. No, you have to look into it yourself. You should go into their community, go into the Telegram group, ask if anybody is actually staking Phantom. I'm not personally staking Phantom. I have got, let me have a look. I have got like 300,000 Phantom tokens or something. 200,000 Phantom tokens left, which is about $1,500. So let's have a look at what I can do with that, right? Because I've just been sitting on money essentially. So that's stupid. Practice what you preach, Supo. Right. So 200. I'll just put 200,000. What? $563 I could be making a year. What am I thinking? Anyway, but yeah, but there we are. But that's what I would do. You know, if I was serious about doing it, I would investigate first. I wouldn't just go in, because you never know. You could lose them all. Spectre AI. I've not heard a single word from them. Thank you, Lisa. Is Coinbase Dan Lee? Is Coinbase Pro better than Standard? I've never personally used Coinbase Pro. I don't see the point when the hottest cryptocurrencies I can buy are on Coinbase. But I think that the main point of using Coinbase Pro is to reduce fees. I don't really care too much about a few quid. Do you know what I mean? Superman, wouldn't following coins in social media that reaches exchanges, especially what the ones like Binance, be a faster multiplier than staking? Yeah, I mean, staking is really something to do with your cryptocurrencies. You know, if you own any of these cryptocurrencies, or we're looking just for something to make you money, generate money for you without you having to do the trading and technical analysis and all that, you just want money. Whether the market's going down or up, you just want free coins. That's just the way to do it. But of course, you know, you need. It all depends on your strategy. Do you want to be just a person that just makes some passive income, whether that's, you know, very little or quite a lot, depending on how much you invest, or do you want to do a bit of everything, which is what I do. I do a bit of staking, I do trading, I do investing. I do them all. You know, you have to. If you really want to win at this game, you've got to do them all. You know, it's a bit like if you own a company. Like, it's not going to do well if you just do the marketing, but you don't do any of the actual day-to-day operations. If you want to be a well-oiled operation, you've got to do them all. You've got to do them all. You know, some will lose, and the others will hedge for you. Explain, Ren. I don't know, Ren, so I can't. Yeah, exactly, Chrissy. Less fees. Will there be a Superman meetup in the year 2022? Yes, there will be, I hope. The question is, will I turn up is the question. I'm not great at these things. I very rarely go to my own events. In fact, I've never really had an event. The one event I had was shared anyway, so that it minimised the chances of me being assassinated or something. I am talking about 2018 when people probably would assassinate me. A fusion to the moon. Any other? Yeah. Pro is. How do you stake ZIL on Binance? I don't know. Most coins that you stake on Binance, you just literally hold them on the exchange. Like, for instance, I have a very minor amount of ontology on Binance, a very minor amount of Neo on Binance, and they both generate gas. So you really just have to leave it on there, I think. I don't know. It all depends on what the blah 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 is. It all remembers on what the exchange says about how it works. Remember your first child, Supo, will be looking... What? I don't know what that means, but I didn't like it. Did you stake your hex? I've staked a bit of it. As you can see, I've staked half of the hex that I own and made 10... Everybody's saying, "Oh, the hex is brilliant." It's not, is it? Like, if it was worth $1, $35. 35 hex would be nice, but it's 0.003. What's the point? You know what I mean? And it's already grown like 300x from its, its cost in December. So why bother? Is Zebby dead? I think so. It may or may not be, but I think it's dead. The reason why I think it's dead is because, Babu left, and since then it's just kind of become quite quiet. Like, when Babu left, I was really pissed off about it, to be honest. Yeah, it's 0.1%. Like, what is... There's just no point, is there? I think it's dead. Yeah, I think the project's probably still running, but there's a difference between actual value and speculative value. Like, a speculative value is built on hype, positivity, marketing, good marketing, constant communication, constantly keeping the community up to date, sticking to deadlines, keeping its management, retaining its management, and just basically being a well-oiled and finely tuned machine where people think, yes, my money is safe. As soon as management leave, as soon as they start going quiet, as soon as they do a token swap and people didn't know and they've just lost all their tokens, as soon as a chain of good use of word, actually, chain. As long as if there's a chain of negative events, the speculative value plummets, and that is what happened with Zebby. Something like my Slam Dunk coin has just had an upwards trajectory. It's had that well-oiled machine going from strength to strength to strength to strength. It just keeps going. The hype, the interest, the token utility, the token economics, the confidence, it just goes up and up and up and up and up and up. That's why it's so safe. Why it's like a guaranteed moonshot. Joke. Anyway. One more question and I have got to go because I have been accused of yattering too much. There's quite a few questions actually. You can stake ZIL in Qcoin, Binance. Oh, Binance is doing it in a stake. Matic staking. I don't know if that even exists. Fusion should have taken first place. Well, how can it when it's like 27%? Like it's not even close to what's it called, is it? Not even close to like Bitmax. Thank you, Christine. I'm glad that you're happy I'm back. You know, I felt like I was kind of redundant in the whole space, so I just stopped, I suppose. But I'm back. I'm back, and I'm back with a bang. Who knows? Maybe Vitor will get burnt at such a rate that Vitor booms up. It could happen, you know, but I've not heard anything. Thanks for making Elrond. Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Latino G. Thank you, Crypto Chick. OGN 20% with Amazon. Don't know what you mean. BTC to still be #1 coin market cap in 2021? I don't know. You see, the thing is about Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the McDonald's of cryptocurrency, #1. Everybody knows. If you were to say to the average person on the street, do you know what cryptocurrency is? They'd say no. If you say, do you know what Bitcoin is? They say, oh yeah, I've heard of that. So Bitcoin has the market recognition. It's got the brand recognition. Bitcoin's the safest, is amongst the safest network. Arguably the safest network. It's got the biggest amount of computational power protecting the network. They have had some bugs in the past. Ethereum's had a bug in the past as well. So, anyway, so it's very secure. It's protected by miners. But, you know, it's arguably the slowest blockchain. If you send Bitcoin to someone, you have to wait 15 minutes on a good day. And you have to wait an hour or 4 hours on a real bad day when transactions are high. So, so it's ripe to be taken. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen in 2021. It could happen in 2021. One of these DeFi coins. And essentially, the reason why DeFi is because Bitcoin is the ultimate DeFi. It's meant to be. It's meant to be the ultimate decentralized bank. But, you know, it's not really. If you lost your Bitcoin, you've lost your Bitcoin. There's no customer service. There's no way of contacting somebody at Bitcoin to help you. You can't do that, right? But it is the ultimate decentralized finance. But one day, I do imagine, potentially, in the DeFi category, there could be a powerhouse that knocks Bitcoin completely out of the water. And it could be Ethereum, you never know. Ethereum could be the one that takes it out. You know, so, I don't know is the question, but it could happen. Tron Prime, anything to do with Tron, I think's a joke. Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate your comments. Super Family to the Moon, yes. When are you going to sell merch? Probably when I get a little bit more popular. Maybe when I get to, I don't know, Sunny Decree's level of popularity. Honestly, 2,000 people watch Sunny Decree live. Just goes to show what a joke this. And yet, when I was watching Boxmine last night, there was like 120 people watching. The guy actually knows what he's talking about. It's pathetic. Could the Slam Dunk coin overtake BTC in the next year? Yeah, it could, actually. It could. It all depends, really, on factors, you know. Will it happen? May not. Could it happen? Yes. It could happen, definitely. The hype's huge. Okay. I think that is it. So, thank you for joining. Don't want to make this too long. Hope you got a lot out of this. And I'm going to be bringing videos probably 2 or 3 times a week, all right? So, stay tuned. If you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter, @MichaelSupo. I say when I'm about to go live. But people, thank you for being here. Thank you for your lovely questions. Thank you for the love, the hearts. It's beautiful. I love you all. And I hope to see you again in the next video. So it is lights out, all out.